Hi, everyone. I want you to imagine the following scenario. Imagine you have a very close friend who used to love her job. But in the past year, every morning she'd wake up with a sinking feeling, dreading the day ahead at work. Deep down, she knew something wasn't right, but whenever she tried to express her concerns, a little voice inside her head would whisper, "You should just be thankful you have a job. Others would love to be in your shoes." Your friend struggled to shake off that thought, so she pushed aside her true feelings and continued with her job, trying to appear happy and be happy. However, as time passed, her dissatisfaction grew stronger and stronger, and she felt worse and worse. This is the trap of what we call toxic gratitude. Toxic gratitude can sneak into our lives like a well-meaning but misguided friend, urging us to be grateful and to not complain. But what toxic gratitude often does is silence our genuine feelings and keep us from making positive and necessary changes. In today's video, we're going to be exploring the concept of toxic gratitude in depth, understanding how it affects people, and learning how to break free from its hold. And this could be a bit of a strange concept to wrap your mind around because we often hold the assumption and belief that we should always try to find the positive side of things and to be thankful for what we have. That's a good attitude, right? But when it goes too far and it becomes toxic gratitude, it can make things worse and actually cause harm. Toxic gratitude can be a subtle but potent force that keeps us stuck in situations that might not be good for overall well-being and growth. There's lots of ways that toxic gratitude can manifest itself in different aspects of our lives, including work, as was the case of the example that I talked about at the beginning. It can affect friendships and finances, health, all sorts of areas. In friendships, toxic gratitude can lead us to tolerate unbalanced relationships. Imagine having a friend who doesn't show genuine care or support to you, yet you convince yourself that you should be grateful for having anyone by your side. We might overlook the friend's negative behaviors like constant cancellations, lack of empathy, or one-sided conversations because we fear losing the friendship altogether. This false sense of gratitude can hinder us from seeking healthier connections and nurturing friendships that truly uplift and support us. In terms of finances, toxic gratitude might hold us back from pursuing better opportunities or advocating for our worth. For instance, we might be in a job that pays the bills but doesn't really provide any room for growth or financial stability. Toxic gratitude convinces us that we should be content with what we have and not strive for more, fearing that asking for a raise or searching for a better job might jeopardize our current situation. This mindset could prevent us from reaching our full potential and enjoying financial prosperity or improved financial status. In terms of health, toxic gratitude can be particularly damaging and dangerous. For example, if you experience persistent pain or health issues, you might downplay your symptoms, convincing yourself that others have it worse and that you should be thankful for it being just a relatively manageable condition. This toxic mindset might lead a person to ignore seeking proper medical attention or adopting self-care practices that could improve their well-being. In the long run, it can harm your physical and mental health by causing you to neglect your genuine needs. So to break free from toxic gratitude, it's key to develop self-awareness and assess whether our gratitude is genuinely empowering or subtly trapping us in unsatisfying situations. Recognizing toxic gratitude in our lives means acknowledging that it's okay to desire positive change and growth, We should embrace genuine gratitude for the blessings we have while not hesitating to pursue better opportunities, healthier relationships, and improved well-being. The key is to create a balance between gratitude and ambition that allows you to appreciate the present while actively working towards a more fulfilling and satisfying future. By cultivating a healthy mindset, you can empower yourself to make positive decisions that align with your authentic needs and goals, leading to a life that's more enriching and more satisfying. So how can you recognize if you're falling into the trap of toxic gratitude? Well, there are three main signs to watch out for. The first is that you ignore your own feelings and desires, even when you know something isn't working for you anymore. For example, you might feel stressed and unhappy at work, but you push those feelings aside and try to convince yourself that everything is okay. Secondly, the gratitude you express actually makes you feel worse. It's like you're telling yourself that you shouldn't feel the way you do, which can lead to even more frustration and confusion. And thirdly, you use gratitude as an excuse to stay in a situation that isn't right for you. This often happens because you're afraid that if you leave, you won't find anything better. So you end up settling for less than you deserve. So for example, at work, you may have thoughts like, I should just be happy that I have a job. Many people are unemployed right now, and I'm lucky to have this opportunity. I don't want to be greedy or ungrateful. I shouldn't ask for a higher salary because at least I'm getting paid. In your personal life, especially in romantic relationships, toxic gratitude may take the form of telling yourself things like, maybe my partner forgets important dates or doesn't do nice things for me, but it's better than being alone. I should be happy and thankful for having someone. So if you recognize that you're engaging in this toxic gratitude, what can you do about it? How can you break free from toxic gratitude and start making choices and decisions that are better for you? Well, one thing you can do is to treat your emotions like a GPS. Imagine your feelings are like a navigation system guiding you towards what's good for you in the long run. What this means is that you have to trust your instincts and you have to trust your emotions. If you're unhappy in a situation, look around and ask yourself, is there a problem here that I'm not dealing with? Is there a reason why I'm so unhappy in this situation? And if so, what you want to do is to listen to those feelings and act on them, even if it means making some difficult changes. You can try visualizing a better future. Picture yourself in a job you love or in a relationship where you feel valued and cared for. Allow yourself to imagine what that would look like and compare your imagined scenario to what's actually happening in your life now. Compare having a meaningful, rewarding job with the job that you're currently in. Imagine being in a fulfilling, satisfying, and loving relationship and compare it to the relationship you currently find yourself in. Let yourself daydream about these possibilities, and if you notice that there's a big gulf between what you want and what you have, that can serve as motivation to start making some important and positive changes. I've already sort of touched on the next tip, but that's to trust your gut. Pay attention to your instincts and listen to what your inner voice is telling you. If something doesn't feel right, don't ignore it. We are so used to trying to suppress or avoid negative emotions that we lose sight of the purpose of having those emotions. If you're feeling anxious about a situation, examine the situation and ask yourself, do I have good reason to be anxious in this situation, rather than trying to wish away or suppress the anxiety? If you're feeling down and discouraged, ask yourself, what exactly is the reason why I'm feeling down and discouraged? And if you can identify problems that are contributing to you feeling that way, the idea is to trust yourself and take action to deal with those things. Another thing you can do to tackle toxic gratitude is to set a clear date for change. Decide when you'll take a step towards a better solution. We can often allow ourselves to languish in situations that aren't healthy or good for us because it's so easy to procrastinate and put off making changes. I'll deal with it next week. I'm dealing with too much right now. I'll address it later. By setting a specific date in your mind, you give yourself a time frame by which you're going to make some changes if you still find yourself in this unhealthy and maladaptive situation. Having a specific date in mind can give you the courage and motivation to make some of the important changes that you need to make to improve your life. And finally, you want to create a plan. If you're thinking about leaving a job or a relationship, make a plan for how you're going to do it. This might involve preparing your skills, updating your resume, or reaching out to your network for support. If you don't have a clear plan, it makes it a lot harder to actually take steps to make the changes that you need to make. And you can use goal-setting approaches to help with this. And I've posted a few videos on how you can set goals that can help guarantee that you'll be able to successfully complete all of the goals that you're setting for yourself. And so what I encourage you to do if you want to learn more about goal setting is to check out those videos. The key with all of this is to remember you're never stuck, and you deserve to be happy and fulfilled, or at least as happy and fulfilled as possible. Toxic gratitude might be keeping you from reaching your full potential, but with a better understanding of it, you can take steps to make sure that toxic gratitude doesn't keep holding you back. And if you want to learn more about this in the context of worry and tolerating uncertainty, I'd encourage you to take a look at this video. So that's all for today's video. As always, thank you for making it all the way to the end of this video, and I will see you in the next one.